terms of a surprise scoreline, probably Newcastle-Chelsea was the major surprise at the weekend, because I would not have thought, Paul Ince, Karl Robinson, that Chelsea would have gone to the North East and come away with a 4-1 drubbing. £1 billion later, Karl, I mean, how much has the gap widened between Chelsea and the top four? £1 billion spent, where's it got them?
You said before about Blackburn that we didn't have the money to spend.
Yeah, I know.
No, but this game was another fantastic. Listen, the Premier, we're so lucky. We really are. And I would never back against Newcastle United at St James's Park. So even the result was a shock. I know the sending off in some ways affected the game. But you said before with Goodison going into sort of a hostile. You go in St James's Park, any game, it's like that 100%. Chelsea, for me, I've gone backwards in relation to the money that they've spent. But they do have, again, I keep backing the managers. They do have the best manager, I think, for the crop of players that they have, with the age that they're at and the development they need. I don't think any Chelsea fan would look at it and go, I expect Chelsea this year to really fly. I think the signings that they made, the youngsters that they brought in, the development is still got to be made. Chelsea certainly will be a football club in the next season, or even the year after. If that team can stay together with a little bit of sort of stardust sprinkled in, they will certainly be back in contention.
I don't think they've ever actually replaced a striker. You know, when you go from Drogba, they've got Jackson playing at the moment. They've not got goal scorer. I know they've signed in Cuckoo. He's been injured. He's very good. He's a very good player. You know what I mean? You've got to look at the back four. Karl's still young. You know, got a lot of injuries. Chilwell's out. You know, Caicedo hasn't really settled in. It's a lot of money. £110 million for a midfield player like that.
Yes,
it's a lot of money.
It takes time.
It takes time. Man.
Yeah.
I just do think the money that you've spent will come to fruition. I really do.
Unless you get a striker who's going to get you 25 goals. I think the boy who's out injured, the striker. I think he's young. He's injured at this moment in time. He is a top striker. World class, some will say, I think, in a few years to come. I really do believe, with the manager that they've got, that has their investment been for today, you'd say it has to be for £1 billion. But actually, really, the investment for tomorrow, they could be preparing themselves for a real challenge back at the top of the Premier League. But certainly not this season.
No.
Certainly not this season.
And
but
I
in
think
future years,
it's a work in progress, isn't it? Even although the men at the top told us they weren't here, quotes, to screw around. But anyway, they found life a bit tougher than they thought they might have. What was this fella like as your number two? Did he mouth off at some of the officials? Did he have his moments? Did you have to calm him down? You good cop, him bad cop?
I think we kind of worked it pretty well at times. I think, but normally I was a good cop. He was. Robbo loves his football. He's very passionate, as you guys well know on talkSPORT. But he's very good at what he does. First and foremost, he's a very good coach, and now turned to a very good manager. But sometimes he got emotionally involved too quickly, and he wanted to confront the opposition manager or the coach or the fourth official. And he's a big lump. He's hard, you know what I mean? He's
hang on, whoa, lump.
I'm just some lump. But you know what I mean? It's not like you can drag him back and say, Karl, just step back. He's like when his head goes, it goes, Jim.
Right.
And there's been many times in the last 4 or 5 years where we've had conversations. He says, Gaffer, I've calmed down now. And next minute I'm watching football and he's up in the stands, being like yellow card and sent to the stand, so he can't control his emotions.
You see, it takes me back to Newcastle Chelsea at the weekend. And
you're not going to compare me to. You're going to compare me to Tyndall, haven't you?
Jason Tyndall.
No.
And that set two with Reece James. Reece James told Tyndall to sit down. That's not a good look, is it?
Jim, you know what?
Or is it?
Jim, I can't give a monkeys, to be honest. I think it's absolutely pathetic. I actually do. I think we're sitting there talking about telling someone to sit down. He said worse than that to someone else, and I've said worse than that to someone else. And we're having a conversation about sitting down. We saw Núñez and Pep the other day, like little handbags.
Nothing.
You know, it's nothing. They wouldn't play my games.
I do think sometimes, though, when you're in that moment, you paid to win, and not at all costs, but close to the line. And I think that you do upset other teams and other managers because they're there to do exactly the same against you as well.
Sure.
For me, what's going on there, I don't even see one bit of problem with it.
No.
I really don't. And I actually like the fact that people can still have a go at someone, have a dig at someone.
But
I like the fact that
someone to sit down is not having a go with Robbo, is it? If someone told you,
if
someone
I said
told you to sit
please,
down,
I'd start laughing.
you'd start laughing.
I think that was a polite way. He told him, you know.
Yeah, I don't think we can use the exact words.
Yeah, exactly. Hey ho, it goes on in the game, and we know it goes on in the game. We are bowling up. I cannot believe 2 hours in, we've got an hour to go, but we're going to have plenty in that final hour with Paul Ince and Karl Robinson.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.